This might look like a ghost from Porsche's past, but what you're looking at is a vision of the future. It's a shape that defined the very soul of a sports car, now reborn. But this is not a tribute. It's not a ristomod. It's a what if. For years, rumors have swirled, but after Porsche dropped a stunning concept car, the whispers from Stuttgart got a whole lot louder. People are asking, is Porsche about to take its biggest gamble yet and bring back the icon that started it all? This is the speculative story of what a modern Porsche 356 could be, and if the rumors have any truth to them, it's not here to be a garage queen. It's here to hunt modern supercars, the legend and the legacy. To understand why this is such a huge deal, you have to go back, way back to 1948. The world was rebuilding, and in a tiny workshop in Gmelin an der, Austria, a dream was taking shape. That dream belonged to Ferdinand Ferry Porsche. He envisioned a car that was small, light, nimble, and above all, pure. It wasn't about brute force, it was about the connection between driver, car, and road. The car he and his team created was the 356. While Ferry Porsche was the driving force, the car's iconic and timeless body was shaped by the brilliant designer Erwin Komenda. Komenda's design was a masterclass in functional beauty, a shape that was both aerodynamic and achingly pretty. It was built upon the humble mechanics of the Volkswagen Beetle, but it was so much more. It was the first car ever to wear the Porsche crest. From 1948 to 1965, roughly 78,000 of these cars were built across several generations. It became a giant killer on the racetrack and a style icon on the street. The 356 earned class victories at legendary events like the 24 Hours of Le Mans and left its mark on the treacherous Targa Florio. It proved that clever engineering and lightweight design could triumph over raw power. It was the genesis, the very DNA of what a Porsche was, is, and always will be. For decades, owning a 356 has been a badge of honor, a connection to the birth of a legend. But what happens when that legend refuses to stay in the history books? The vision becomes a rumor. For years, the idea of a new 356 felt like pure fantasy. Porsche seemed happy to let the 356 remain a hallowed part of their museum. But then, in 2023, they gave us a sign, a stunning concept car called the Vision 357. It was a design study, a 75th birthday present to itself, built on the chassis of the ferocious 718 Cayman GT4 RS. Porsche officially stated it was just a concept, a way to explore their design DNA. But it lit a fire. The world saw it, and the world wanted it. Now, the industry is buzzing with speculation that the Vision 357 wasn't just a birthday cake, it was a taste of what could be. The rumors all point to a hypothetical new production model that takes the spirit of that concept and makes it real. This isn't about just building a replica. It's about asking a profound question. If Ferry Porsche and Erwin Komenda were designing the 356 today, with all the technology of the 21st century, what would they create? The answer, it seems, would be a modern beast, a familiar face from the future. The exterior. Let's be clear, everything about a potential production model is based on strong rumors and interpretations of Porsche's recent concepts, not official factory specs, but the picture being painted is intoxicating. A modern 356 would almost certainly keep the soul of the original's silhouette. That iconic, low-slung, teardrop shape is non-negotiable. You can picture the gentle curve of the hood, the rounded fenders, and the elegant profile that slopes down to the tail. It's unmistakably 356, but then your eyes adjust, and you see the details. The body panels wouldn't be steel. They'd likely be made of state-of-the-art lightweight materials, making the car incredibly light yet immensely rigid. The windows might be frameless, cleaning up the lines, and the door handles could sit flush with the bodywork, only presenting themselves when needed, much like on the Vision 357 concept. The lighting is where the juxtaposition of old and new would be most dramatic. The classic round headlights would remain, but behind the glass, you'd find Porsche's latest LED matrix technology. At the rear, the taillights could be seamlessly integrated into the bodywork, maybe a thin, glowing red line that accentuates the car's width. And what about active aerodynamics? It's easy to imagine a retractable rear spoiler, one that stays hidden to preserve the classic lines but rises to provide crucial downforce when the car is unleashed. This wouldn't be a restoration, it's a reimagination. It's the ghost of the past, sculpted by the winds of the future. Under the skin, two paths to purity. The heart of any Porsche is its engine, and here, the rumor mill suggests Porsche could offer two distinct personalities for a new 356, each catering to a different kind of driver. First, for the modern traditionalists, speculation points to a turbocharged flat-4 engine, likely around 2.0 liters. This would be a nod to the 356's own four-cylinder roots but with a ferocious, modern twist. Imagine a powertrain producing well over 300 horsepower, making the car feel incredibly nimble and responsive, with a huge wave of torque available from low revs. Paired with Porsche's lightning-fast PDK dual-clutch gearbox, this version would be a precision instrument, a scalpel for dissecting winding roads. And then, the most audacious path, a fully electric powertrain. This is where Porsche would look squarely to the future, drawing technology from concepts like the Vision 357 Speedster and Mission R. Imagine a dual-motor, all-wheel drive setup delivering instant, blistering torque. The classic 356 shape, gliding silently but with explosive acceleration that could challenge a Taycan. The battery pack would be mounted low in the chassis, giving it an incredibly low center of gravity for phenomenal handling. This would be the ultimate statement, a car that honors Porsche's very first model while running on the technology of its very latest. It's a bridge spanning the entire history of the company in one breathtaking package. The cockpit, heritage meets haptics. Step inside a hypothetical modern 356, and the fusion of eras would continue. The design philosophy would be minimalist and driver-focused, just like the original. But where you'd expect to find simple analog gauges, you might be greeted by a stunning, fully digital instrument cluster. Inspired by Porsche's concept cars, one could imagine a special heritage mode. With the press of a button, the digital cluster could transform, displaying a beautiful, photorealistic recreation of the original 356's green-on-black gauges. It's a perfect blend of nostalgia and technology. The materials would be exquisite, hand-stitched leather, brushed aluminum, and perhaps even sustainably sourced materials could be used. But even here, technology could be woven in. Instead of traditional buttons, you might find sleek haptic feedback controls embedded in the center console. The seats would offer modern comforts like heating and ventilation, luxuries unimaginable in 1948. This would be a cabin designed for grand touring, a place to feel connected to the very origins of the sports car. The drive, shattering the retro label. So, what would it feel like to drive? This is where the retro label would completely fall apart. Forget the loose steering and drum brakes of a classic. A new 356, likely built on a modern Porsche architecture, would feel every bit the modern performance machine. The steering would be surgically precise, with optional carbon ceramic brakes. The stopping power would be immense and fade-free. An adaptive suspension system would let you switch from a comfortable touring setup to a firm, track-ready mode at the touch of a button. The turbocharged flat-4 would be a giant slayer, its immense mid-range torque firing you out of corners with relentless force. The PDK transmission would crack off shifts faster than you can blink, making you feel like a racing hero with every pull of the paddle. And the electric version? That would be truly surreal. The silence would be the first thing you notice, followed by the gut punch of instant acceleration. With no engine noise, you'd hear the whisper of the wind over that classic body and the hum of the tires on the tarmac. It would feel like piloting a time machine, a serene yet brutally fast machine that redefines what a classic car can be. This is the core of the concept, a thoroughly modern, exhilarating driving experience, wrapped in a shape that pulls at the heartstrings of automotive history. So, will Porsche really build it? As of today, in late 2025, there is no official confirmation from Stuttgart. A new Porsche 356 remains a tantalizing rumor, a dream car pieced together from concept studies and industry whispers. But the evidence is compelling, and the logic is sound. In a world of homogeneous electric SUVs, the idea of a simple, beautiful, and emotionally resonant sports car feels more relevant than ever. Bringing back the 356 would be a massive gamble. Purists might argue that a legend should be left untouched, but Porsche has never been a company that lives in the past. It's a company that learns from it, respects it, and then uses it to build a faster, more exciting future. A modern 356 would be the ultimate expression of that philosophy. It's a car that would refuse to be called retro. It's not a throwback, it's a breakthrough. It would be a rolling piece of history with the heart of a modern beast, ready to prove that even after more than 75 years, the purest ideas are still the most powerful.